Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Today, I'm going to share with you a video that you might find a bit interesting. So, we're going to talk a little bit about situational awareness, and we're going to test ourselves today. And I want you to be honest and rate yourself when the video runs and you're answering the questions. Ask yourself at the end of it, how well did you do? Um, are these things that, skills, I should say, are these skills that you need to sharpen? For me, I would say yes. Every time I look at one of these types of videos, there always seems to be something that I can take away from it. So I'm always looking for ways that I can improve my skills, especially when it comes to surviving. Shalom, shalom, Pamela. It's good to see you. I'm going to be going over to the other channel as well, I think today. But I wanted to come over here because I probably missed a week, and I promised that I would try to do a video at least once a week. So I'm back here, going to do a real quick video. I'm going to share a video with you. I'm going to try to keep them, as I always say, short and sweet, but hopefully with enough tips or enough information to help folks out, so that when the real critical stuff hits the fan, we are ready as possible, as ready as we can be. So situational awareness, you guys know what that is, right? Shalom, shalom, everyone. Uh, Situational awareness, that's just being aware of your surroundings, the people that are, within your vicinity. You want to pay attention to the environment. You want to pay attention. I always tell family that when you go into a building, let's say, one of the first things that I do when I enter a building, especially if this is a building I've never been in before, the first thing that I do is I check out the entrance and exits. If I came in one way, I look around to see, is there another way that people can actually enter this place? Or is this the only entrance? Then I look for exits. Is there an exit close to the entrance? Or do we have to go across the building in order to get to an exit? Are there exit signs? I'm looking at all of this. And this is a part of situational awareness. That's the part that you're aware of your surroundings. The other part of situational awareness is who's around you. What are you surrounded by families, mother and father and children? Are you surrounded by teenagers? I look at the types of people that are in the vicinity close by me. I do. I look at how they're dressed, believe it or not. Okay. I look at those that stand out, those that are subdued, if you will. In essence, the gray man, right? The ones that we're not supposed to notice. I look for them too, because I know to look for them. And that's something that people tend to not pay a whole lot of attention to. So I'm not going to keep talking on the subject of situational awareness. I think you guys kind of get the idea. You've been the folks that are on the chat right now. You've been with me for a while, so you pretty much have heard me talk about this beforehand. And you could probably throw some tips into the chat as well on some of the things that you look for when you go out in public. Yeah, see, make money right there. You're saying pay attention to the vehicles in the parking lot near your car. Absolutely. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing because I noticed something. My husband, as a habit, if we're together, as a habit, when we go to any parking lot, wherever we're going to, he makes a habit of not getting like right next to the door entrance. I will do that if I have my mother with me because she's elderly. She's almost 90, right? So I'll do that. Otherwise, I do like he does, and we park away from the buildings for the most part, right? We try to, and it never fails. Let me tell you one time, my the hairs on my arms stood up one time when I went to I was at the grocery store, parked away from the store, not close to the entrance, parked away from the store. And you know what? I made a point of parking close to, because nobody wants to park next to the buggy carts, right? Where you take your carts back to. No one really wants to the cart. What do you call it? Cart stalls. No one normally parks by them, and so as a rule, uh, to kind of stay away from people, I will park near one of those on purpose, because most of the time people don't want to park next to them. So I'm away from the building and I'm near one of those cart stalls, and there is. I went during a time frame where there was not a whole lot of people at the store, right? Not a whole lot of people. And I parked where nobody was out. No one was parked next to me. No one was there in that area. Everybody had kind of parked a little closer. I was kind of at a distance. No one out there. Wait, right? I come back to my car after shopping. Not only is the parking lot still almost like a ghost town, here's the thing. There is a car parked right next to me on the other side. And this car was filled up with junk. I call it junk because to look in, you couldn't even see inside the passenger side window. That's how much stuff was piled up. The back seat was covered with stuff, and you couldn't even see through. You could see through the windows, but it was packed with stuff. This car. The only available space was the driver's side, on the driver's side. Okay. Now, not only that, he had stuff on top of the roof of the car, and the trunk had stuff jammed in it, and it wasn't closed all of the way. Okay. I come out of the store, I look at this and I'm like, what in the daylight is this? What in the daylight is this? So I'm I'm looking over my shoulder. I'm just gonna tell you. Out of all of the places to park, they park next to me, right? And believe it or not, family, I thank the Heavenly Father. I was just finishing putting the last of my items in the car, and this man shows up. He shows up walking kind of slow, walking kind of different. And you know, uh, he was hooded. He was a little an older man. He had on like a hoodie, and he had a coat on top of that. Okay, a dark hoodie and a dark coat on top of that. And don't you know that as I was putting my stuff in, I'm watching him. And don't you know he's watching me? Okay. And I finished doing what I was doing, got in the car and locked the doors. Got in the car and locked the doors. Took off as he was getting in the car. And I did. I watched on my journey home. I continued to look through my mirror just to make sure this person hadn't followed me. Had that person followed me, I would have taken a route different than I normally would take to get home. But he didn't. He didn't follow me. He didn't follow me. So I don't know what that was all about, but he was very suspicious and I didn't trust the situation at all. I was glad that I had most of my stuff in the car by the time he did show up. Okay. Now I watched him. He did come from the store. I watched him as he was approaching and was wondering, is this the guy that parked next to me? You know, and why did he park next to me? So nothing happened. I thank the Heavenly Father that I was safe. But I was very suspicious of that guy. It didn't feel good. It didn't feel right. You know what I mean? So you have to really do watch. You pay attention to the vehicles in the parking lot that's near your car. You do. You do have to do that. So that's very good, old McMoney. Yeah, me too. A lot of times you just want to get in and get out, but sometimes it's not a good thing to do. I do it like I said. Eve New Beginning says, Sister Pamela asked me why I always park close to the entrance of the store because I just want to get in, out, and go. I'm with you on that, sis. I'm with you on that. But and again, I do it because my mom, if I'm shopping with her, and she's elderly, and it takes her a little bit to get in and out of the car, and it takes her, and she wants to be independent. She doesn't want to be in one of those riding things. So uh, so I make sure I park close so that she can get in and out of the store with ease. But when I'm by myself, um, I walk the distance because you never know. You never know um, what's going on. All right. So let's go on and what did you say? Let's see. Okay, it's starting. Is it because they've been saying it for a little while now, Pamela? Pamela says it's been reported that there are outages of cell phones and internet services, massive outages. Beware, family. So yeah, we will keep our ears and eyes open. That's for sure. So anyhow, let me get to my disclaimer, and I want to share this video with you. And are you ready to be tested, family? Are you ready to be tested? How is your situational awareness? Have you tested yourself before? Are you aware that I got all these questions for you? Are you aware that there are videos on YouTube? There used to be a lot more. I'm going to say 7, 8 years ago, probably about 7 to 8 years ago. I'm going to say 7 to 8 years ago, um, when I was initially getting into a lot of the prepping stuff. I was already prepping, but not. Oh my goodness, I was just a newbie. I would say, didn't know a whole lot about it. Was just getting into it and ran across a few videos that were on YouTube. One of them was a really good one, and for the life of me, I thought I saved it. I cannot find it in my playlist at all. So maybe after it had been saved for a while, maybe the creator deleted it. I don't know, but it was probably one of the best situational awareness tests that I had ever run across. And this particular one was for, and I think it would have been appropriate for our time. It was a video that tested how well you could spot a sharpshooter, family. Where is the sharpshooter? So they put you in a city type of a scenario where you're going down a street, and they alert you and let you know that there's a sharpshooter in the area, and you have to use your skills in order to find the sharpshooter. And I'm here to tell you, Mercy did very well on that one. Okay, and I tried my best to find that video, and I cannot locate it at all. I cannot locate it. But there are others that are out there. So if you're ever looking for situational awareness tests, just put a search in in YouTube, and some of those videos will show up. I do have a playlist on this channel that has a few of them in it, and I do believe that the playlist is public. So if you want to, when you leave here, you can go into my playlist on this channel, and you may be able to find that. So, all right, without further ado, let me read this disclaimer because I want to share the video, and I want you to honestly test yourselves out. Okay, honestly, test yourself. I'm going to run the full video, and believe it or not, this video is from the test, the situational awareness test is done by Homeland, the Division of Homeland Security. I'll show it to you at the end. I believe that's who it is. All right. So, copyright disclaimer under the 17, under Title 17 USC Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research, fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to share the next screen with you. Let's see. Are you ready? You ready? You ready? You ready to be tested? So it's going to start and it's going to go by pretty quick. So pay attention. Pay attention. And let me know, family, if you're able to hear this. Okay. Let me get myself out of the way so you can really see. Get ready, get ready.
Here's your challenge. How many people in orange shirts get subs? Go. Seven people in orange shirts got subs. But what else did you see? Did you notice the ice cream truck change to a pizza truck? Did you notice the glasses? What about the man leaving the suspicious package next to the truck? Your next challenge, be aware of your surroundings. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
There you go. It was a real quick, went by really fast. A lot going on in that video. Hold on, family. There's I have to stop the video. Forgive me. But a whole lot going on in that video, right? How well did you do? Did you come up with the number 7 for the folks in the orange? You failed miserably. I did catch the number of orange shirts that got subs. I got that one. So there were 7. And I was able to keep up with that. What I missed is something that I think the rest of us probably missed. Were any of you able to catch the number of orange shirts that got sub sandwiches? Okay, Denise says she came up with 6. I had 7. So I did okay with that. How many of you noticed the bag being dropped at the trailer? How many of you noticed that? Okay. So some of those in orange, some of those that were in orange got drinks and no sandwich. They just got a drink. So the mix was interesting because you had oranges going up, but not all of the oranges that did go up got sandwiches. And then they had people crossing over, so you were missing and seeing. So it was it's how life is. It's not, everything is not going to be just laid out for you to see. So you have to really pay attention to what's going on. How many of you saw the bag being dropped off? Because I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. And you know what I said? I said that would be a big event that many people would die from. Okay, because if there were something in it that hit the tick-tock type of thing, if that kind of thing was in there and it was scheduled to go off immediately after it had been dropped off, anyone in that vicinity would have been hurt. And we wouldn't have been expecting it because we didn't see when it was dropped off. So it's like you have to have eyes at the back of your head. You have to be paying attention to things that are going on, and you have to pay attention to everybody that comes into your environment and leaves your environment, who's all around you. Instead, you know what we do? Exactly what we did in this video. we focused on we had one um agenda, if you will. Okay, one thing on the agenda. What was that? To look for the persons with the orange shirts getting the subs. So we were focused in situational awareness situations. Your focus cannot be intent in one area. That's what I learned from this. We were so focused here, we didn't see what was going on over here and over here. The man left and came. It left with he came with he was there without glasses. He left and then entered the scene again with glasses. I didn't notice that either. Now that was just a simple glasses. What if he uh had left with nothing in his arms and he came back and he was holding something that was long and it was, under his coat? Would we have paid attention to him? We probably wouldn't have. It could have been a long range, a rifle, a pew pew, not glasses, and we wouldn't have paid any attention to it, because when he was in the eyesight of us beforehand, he was harmless. You see what I mean? In these cases, especially with so much going on today, I think that these type of tests are necessary, because they're telling us something is going to happen. Okay, they're telling us to expect the unexpected. Military experts are talking about possible uh, T attacks. Okay, you know what I mean when I say T. I don't want to say the word. Um, Frightening attacks, but with a T. All right. Um, so we really do need to pay attention, and this is something that I think that will help us to sharpen our skills in paying attention. Okay, I hadn't done a situational test like this in quite some time, so I got up this morning and knowing I was going to come out and talk to you guys, and I said, let me take this test and let me see how well I do. And I would have given myself a F, even though I got the number of the subs. I was just so focused on those in the orange shirts getting the subs that I didn't see other dangers. So I failed. That's the way I would look at it. I like old McMonty said, failed miserably. That I would say I failed because I didn't pay attention to everything. All right. So that's just one little situational test that is out there, and again, it was I believe who was it? Homeland Security, was saying that if you see something suspicious, report it. That was the end of the campaign slogan. If you see something suspicious, report it. But how many folks would see those events occurring and not even pay attention? Most people would be just like us. And we went into this. Now think of that. We went into this knowing that there was going to be a test, right? So we were kind of prepared. But imagine going to a concert out at a park or going to something else. People aren't going with the mindset that something's going to happen. So they're not even thinking that I need to prepare myself for to be aware of you know, the man with the red hood on, and he, him coming across, and what is he going to do? And he's got a gym bag with him, and he drops it off. When you go to such events, you're focused on the event and not necessarily those that are around you. But right now, every day, anytime we go out and about, we need to be practicing situational awareness. So that's it for this video, family. I hope that it was helpful, and it was a little bit of fun, right? Yes. Anywhere you go, yes, I can. Here, hold on. Let me go grab it right now, because you know how I am. You know that if I don't, let me see. Hold on. All right. Uh-oh. Let me go back in. If I don't do it now, turn it off. But I want to get the link. So I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna put it in the chat. You know what, family? Maybe you guys can help. You know, I'm not that good with this YouTube stuff. I'm gonna put it in the chat here. That's the link to the one we just did. And again, it is on my playlist on this channel. So if you go to the this channel, easy stuff hits the fan prep. If you go to this channel, I've got a playlist, and there are other ones on there that are situational awareness types of videos. Okay, so there are others. Please post it to the comment section in the replay. You know, what's going on with the chat replay? Are you able to see my chats after I've gone live, or after the lives? I'm not able to see them, and I don't know why. I've not turned anything off, and I went to look to see, what I could do to change it. And I watched somebody's video that said, if your live chats aren't playing in the replay, do this. And I went and everything checks out okay. So I don't know what's going on. Are you guys seeing the chats after a replay, when you do a replay? I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to fix that. I went again today and tried to find it. Everything checks out. Everything that they say I need to do, it's done. So I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe YouTube's turned my replays off. The chat replay, I don't know, because everything checks out like it's supposed to. So I have no clue. But on some of them, I see it, and I'm like, well, why aren't mine showing up? So I don't know. All right, I will also put this in the comment section, and I'll also put it in the description after this is loaded. Okay. And then let me see. Denise, you say your nerves are so bad. I'm watching everyone, checking everybody. I never let people get close or walk behind me. You know what? Don't get to the point where you're fearful, sweetie. Know that the Heavenly Father has our back. Just be careful, just be careful. I'm the type of person that if I go into an area, I'm not fearful. I'm just aware. I try to be aware. I'm not fearful. I try to be aware. So I don't like to sit anywhere where my back is to the entrance of anything that I can't see who's coming my way. I don't like to do that. So I would prefer, when I go into places and I know I'm going to be sitting down, I prefer places where I can see where I need to go, and I can see who's coming near me. Okay. So there are things that we can do to protect ourselves. And there are folks that are just what is the word? Oblivious to their surroundings. I don't ever want to be that person. Okay. I don't ever want to be that person. So don't be fearful. Just be aware. All right. All right, family. That's all I have here. I've got a few things I need to take care of. So if you want to head over to This Is Me, Mary C, I'm going to head over that way too, and just chat. I don't really have a subject for there, but I'm just going to come over and chat. I'm going to go out to YouTube and see what the world is doing. I haven't checked yet to see what the world is saying out there. So I will do that. If you have something, Eve, New Beginnings, Denise, Pamela, or anyone else that's on the chat right now, if you have a topic that you want me to discuss, um, let me know. Chosen One Indeed, any of you, Janice, Hackler, any of you guys, if you have anything that you want me to go over on the other channel and you're going to join me over there, just let me know. All right? Just let me know. All right? I'll wait just a few seconds to see if someone's going to put something in. And then I'm going to Say shalom. All right, I'm not seeing anything. You got to type faster. Type faster if you want me to see it. All right, family. Thank you. Thank you for joining me here. I hope, like I said, this was a pretty good video for you. Make sure that you're aware of your situation. Shalom, family. Uh-oh. All right, before we go, you say you sent me an email, chosen one indeed. I'll go check it. I'll go check it. Thanks. Shalom, family.